Three reasons why you're not ready to franchise your business. And this is actually not a negative video. We're going to discuss some positive things and steps you need to implement to be successful. It's so frustrating when we speak with franchisors that are stuck or they don't have the right direction. And many times we're having a conversation about whether or not they should have franchised or evaluating assets or strategy that we wish they had done differently over time. So, right now, three reasons why you may not be ready to franchise your business. Well, here they are. One, your unit economics are off. Two, you have the wrong franchise mindset. And three, your business may not be scalable as a franchise, or if it is, it may not be ready to scale. So let's dive into all three of these. And where does this come from? It comes from the conversations we have. When I speak with new franchisors or franchisors that have been stuck, I mean, we get a range of conversations where sometimes I feel like we could help a franchisor with a couple of adjustments and strategy. And there's other conversations where we're candid and our advice is to not franchise or to pause franchising. So we want to make sure you avoid this, or if you've already franchised, let's tune into these three factors and let's fix what needs to be fixed and build up for success over time. So number one, your unit economics are off. So whether you're a restaurant, whether you're a retail business, whether you're a service-based business, if right now you're thinking about franchising your business, well, you need to have strong unit economics, strong gross sales, strong profitability, and a strong basis to believe that when you onboard franchisees, your first couple of pioneering franchisees, your future franchisees, that they can replicate your success or a portion of it and along the way be profitable. Right. So unit economics are critical. I spoke with a restaurant franchisor, a couple of them. I'll give you two examples, but this could apply to any new franchise. One, he was a great guy and he franchised his business and had one location. He actually sold that location to a franchisee, to a franchise buyer. And now a year later came to us and said, "Hey, Charles, I feel like we're stuck. We're having a hard time with sales. Should I even renew my FDD registration? Should I pause sales?" And when we looked at the FDD, when we talked about the numbers, I mean, he was doing okay, but not good enough to be franchising the business yet or selling franchises. His gross sales were okay, but not super competitive. And in my opinion, was way too early to franchise the business. So our advice was don't renew your FDD. Why don't you pause franchising right now? And he was a great guy. He goes, "That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to focus on unit economics. I'm going to help my franchisee perform better. And I'm going to focus on our business model to make it more profitable." So that's unit economics. If you're a retail business, if you're a restaurant, franchise buyers need to know what are your gross sales, what are your cost of goods sold, potentially what's your labor cost, what's that gross profit number, what does your rent factor look like? These are all a part of the unit economics story. And it doesn't mean you can't progress or get better over time, but right now, as a founder, as someone who's thinking about franchising their business, 95% of the time, you need strong, very strong unit economics. I'd say 99% of the time. That 1%, maybe if you're a lifestyle business, a low startup cost business, a supplemental income business, some unique factors, unit economics may play a secondary role. So reason number one, your unit economics are off. Number two, you have the wrong mindset. And I'm not blaming you, or if you've already franchised your business, I'm blaming many times these developers out there, the ones that claim to do everything from A to Z or soup to nuts, or claim to make franchising sound so easy. Where I get frustrated is these new franchisors, you don't have the right mindset. And what do I mean? Well, we'll get the calls. "Charles, I franchised my business 3 months ago or a year ago. I worked with this developer who did everything," which we've talked about why that's wrong. "And I'm not getting the sales that I expect. I don't have any sales. And I just thought when I franchise, I'm going to have franchise sales." And maybe they ran some ads and we're not getting franchise buyers. And so that mindset is off. What's the mindset you need to have? Well, as a new franchisor, we talk about it often. You need a 5-year vision. You need to understand that you'll become a franchisor. You'll go from where you are today to becoming a franchisor. Say it's 90 to 120 days. But that's just the starting point. You becoming a franchisor, think of it as a 2-year process. Sure, we have your FDD, you're legally ready to sell franchises. That's the initial development phase. But now, over the next 24 months, you need to season your franchise offering. We work with our clients and invite them to conferences, events, get them involved in broker groups, get them involved in our coaching programs, have them focus on their branding, their website, their founder story, all a seasoning process. Why? Because you need to uncover or peel back what's special about your new franchise offering. So when you do spend money on marketing, you have a higher success ratio. That when you meet the right fit franchisee, you convert them. And then you build a foundation around those initial group of franchisees. Big mistake that these franchisors make, they have the wrong mindset. They think because they have their FDD, they're ready to go. Well, they don't work on their brand story. They don't work on their website. They don't work on their franchise sales media. And they all say, well, it's already done. The developer did it for me. Well, first, usually these developers prepare cookie cutter product that actually hurts sales. But even if they did something good, it needs to keep evolving. You need to keep growing as a franchisor. So the wrong franchisor mindset, well, just getting your FDD and your ops manual and your website is the starting point. Your mindset should be build over the next 5 years. And over the first 24 months, that's the initial launch phase. That goes far beyond versions 1.0 of your website and your media. The third reason why you shouldn't franchise your business isn't scalable, or it is scalable, but not as a franchise model. So maybe you have great unit economics. Maybe you have a great mindset about a 5-year vision about building out a great system. You need to be scalable at the franchisee level, meaning can your franchisees replicate your business model? Can you provide them with an advantage in the marketplace? So, for example, if you're a retail business, are they going to be supplied goods or inventory at good wholesale price levels where their profit margins are intact? Or if it's a restaurant, what does production look like? What does supply chain look like? What is profitability? So, when we're dealing with scalability, if we're a restaurant, we're concerned about food costs, we're concerned about replication of the business model, we're concerned about consistency of prepared product. If we're a retail business, well, we're selling inventory. What does supply chain look like? If we're selling products or supply chain, are we giving our franchisees an advantage and improving their profit margins? If we're a service-based business, are we giving franchisees the systems to succeed? Marketing, CRM systems, technology, call centers. Again, this all doesn't need to exist today on day one, but franchisees need to be profitable and scalable. And you as a franchisor, getting back to having the right mindset, also need to be prepared to understand that your system will keep improving. Our great franchisors have gone from, one corporate location to hundreds of franchise locations. They followed that strategy. Number one, they had great unit economics. Two, they had a great franchisor mindset. They understood we're just starting off when we become a franchisor. And maybe today we don't have a call center, but 2 years from now we'll have one. And today we have just basic customer marketing programs or customer engagement, but we're going to build that up over time and we're going to keep getting better. And also, as at the franchisor level and learning about franchising and franchise sales, we're going to come to franchise conferences, to mastermind events, learn more about brokers, and keep building our knowledge base so we're not just dependent on the advice of one or two people, and we can make informed decisions as franchisors. And third factor is scalability. They start slow. So maybe let's only sell 5 franchises. Again, mindset, but also scalability. Why only 5? Because we have limitations on who we could support and how well we could support them. And so we sell 5 over whatever period of time, and let's over support those franchisees. Let's keep making our operations manuals better. Let's build out our systems, our scalability. And as those franchisees succeed, those first 5, they validate, they have good unit economics, and now we could scale further. So these 3 reasons why you're not ready, well, you may be ready in the future. You may be ready now. If you've already franchised and you feel like some of these things are missing, well, then let's fix it. Feel free to reach out to our team if you have questions. We have great coaching programs, great legal programs, great development, and let's build an amazing system here.